All right, welcome, folks. It's another live edition of our Zoom Up. It's our meetup on Zoom. Welcome, everyone who's here live with us. And for those of you catching recordings, we got another beautiful example of our community transformation. And for those of you
exclamation on beautiful.
Beautiful. Period. Transformation. Period.
Exclamation point. Beautiful. All right.
Yes. And the idea behind this is that we expose you to people who are transforming their lives, coming from just a regular background, but now they have control over their time, their finances, their relationships. They know where they're going in life. They've taken back their existence so they don't die like a punk. And our guest is a perfect example of that. I had to do the same thing. Now, I'm joined today by my co-host, Scott. What's up, Scott? How are you?
I'm fighting the dying like a punk thing. I don't want to die like a punk, so I hang out with you, bro.
That's right. We got to work it. We got to work it. Now, at the end of this, you're going to want to catch some of the other, as well as get to our intro or a workshop with some recordings, live ones coming up, so that you can see more about who we are, what we do, how we're so successful, and how you can link arms with us to start taking advantage of what we're doing.
All right, pause for a second. Hold on a second, bro. Can you hear me?
Go ahead.
Did everybody see him go digital the way I did? Did he go digital? Like pausing and choppy?
I think so, yeah.
You went choppy, right? Yeah. I don't care if you stop the recording. Don't stop the recording. I'm just letting all of our guests know. You saw the same thing I just did. So he got recorded a little bit choppy there. So
should we start this over or keep it rolling?
Keep it rolling.
Are we good?
Let's go. No, now they're gonna weird. Just keep going. Choppy? Dude. It's okay. You're choppy, dude.
Okay.
I don't know. Must be Tennessee internet.
It's live.
Tennessee internet, mountain internet there, buddy.
No, I was on the wrong internet at the other end of the house. Now I'm in the office internet. We're good. Okay.
Now you're in the good internet.
Folks,
let me tell you about me. Let me just kick it. Here we go. Live is what you get. Now listen, my name is Scott Rowe. I'm here in Chicago. I found this group after losing a huge job, making $212,000 a year. My wife lost her job, same company. We met there. And thank God we found this group, right? I came down with my arms crossed, thinking it was crazy, but and my wife dragged me down, but it's worked out really well. Got a nice commercial space, been doing this for 15 years. We've got a bunch of rental properties and helped over 15,000 people start the same career. So it's been fun. One of those people happened to be this guy right here. I mean, I got in before he did, and fortunately, nobody liked him though when he got in. He's grown on all of us. Was a Jiffy Lube. You worked at Jiffy Lube, didn't you? Tell us about that.
Yeah, Jiffy Lube, Sears, Pep Boys, Ford dealership. I was always trying to get ahead with these jobs and was just covered in oil and dirt and dust and grime every day. So much so it was so dirty that I would come home and my wife would ask me to wash my hands again. And I'm like, I already washed them like 5 freaking times with the super orange scrubby. And I was still just always dirty. I was behind on my bills, behind on my promises, eating 1 meal a day, trying to keep ahead. And I didn't know how I was going to ever get out of the rat race, the mess that I was in. And then someone invited me to take a look at this group here. And I had a 500 credit score. I had no money. I was living in a basement. My mom was paying my cell phone bill. It was bad. But I started learning from people who were making more in a month than I was making in a year. And they were happy and they were nice and they were friendly and sharing and caring. And so I decided, you know what? I'm going to show up every time I can. I mean, I was working 2 jobs, so it was tough at the beginning. But within 9 months, I made enough money on one real estate deal to quit my job. I made $21,000 profit, quit my job. The next month did another deal. The next month did another deal. And it's been a ton of fun. And now we're out here helping everybody as much as we can do this. And, another great example of a community member who's helping people do that is our guest today, Ms. Debbie Worthington. Now I remember talking to her several years ago on her first deal. She had the seller. She had some paperwork. She was like, how am I putting this thing together? And we were able to piece it together, and she was able to, I don't know how many deals she's done now. We're going to hear the story from her. So everyone help me welcome our guest of honor today, Ms. Debbie Worthington.
Thank you, Michael. I wasn't sure if you remembered that. You actually did help me write my first contract. Like, you're in the airport and you're like, who are you? And I was brand new.
Yeah.
Julie told me to call you. You were amazing.
Yeah, it worked out like magic. My flight was delayed. I had like an extra half an hour to talk and we made it work.
Even more amazing now.
Yeah.
It really is. It really is, because that was 5 years ago this
Wow.
month, actually.
Wow.
So I've been here 5 years, and my story is just like everybody's. I just wanted to live the American dream. I mean, I grew up and I left home at 18, and I was just one of those rebel kind of people. I did a little college. I did a few 9 to 5s, none of that. I'm like, no, this isn't working for me. I think out of the box. And so I got into sales, and I got married. I had 2 kids. I got pretty good in sales. And then I ended up becoming a single mom. And I would have good times and bad times, and really, really just a survivor, pretty much. I started a wireless business, and the money was really incredible in that business. And then that started changing, and I was scared. I'll tell you, as I was raising my kids and my whole life, the most important thing to me was financial security, just especially being on my own with those 2 little kids. So if I made enough money in a month that the next month was going to be okay, I was okay. I lived in such a scarcity mindset. I had no idea. So as I saw the wireless business changing, I started thinking, what am I going to do? That fear came in. I have lived in fear most of my life until 5 years ago when I found this community. The fear, that horrible fear. Fear is such a liar. So I started an insurance agency, and I still have that today. I do not have the wireless business, but I started an insurance agency thinking residual income renewals. You know, I was always like, what am I going to do next? What am I just constantly like a mama bear protecting these 2 kids? We're going to make it through this world. And so then 2008, 9, 10 comes along. And the way that I funded my insurance agency was with the wireless business, because you've got to have capital to do a business like that. Well, guess where all the business in the wireless business was? Builders, builder supply people, brokers. I didn't know much about real estate, but all of those people were buying all these phones from me. Well, they all went out of business. So I'm going, what's next? And I was real slow to pull the trigger on getting rid of employees and things. I had 2 businesses. I was frightened to death. I ended up paying them out of my own personal credit for a while. And finally, that resulted in bankruptcy. That resulted in a car being repossessed. That resulted in me sitting there looking at $300 in a checking account while my mom came and took my kids on vacation, going, okay, it's time for a new plan. And I pulled myself up out of that, and I was making it. But let me tell you, back to that fear, back to that, what am I going to do every month? Okay, this month is going to be all right. You know, I remember one month sitting there thinking I had 1 credit card, right, during that time to pay for Christmas. And I was so busy trying to make $1. And they took my credit line like 2 weeks before Christmas. I didn't shop early enough. And I'm like, you know what? This is crap. I'm not doing this anymore. So I was always looking for something. And I actually found this group on social media. The good thing about me, and I get criticized sometimes, is I'm open-minded. So I'm like, what's this all about? And I didn't know, I was not smart enough to know that real estate was an answer. I wasn't like many of the people that I'm good friends with now that were looking for real estate. You know, some of the people in our community just kept looking. I didn't even know. And I'm like, okay, this sounds interesting. And I got to see a webinar with Scott Rowe. Little did I know he would become somebody very important to me.
And I've never, I probably had one person seen her cry more than anybody else in her life.
It was crazy, but I'm listening to him and I'm thinking, is this really real? Could this be possible? And I kept plugging in, and I thought, well, let's give this a shot. I pulled my partner, Jim Holmes, along with me, and he was kicking and screaming because he's corporate and he didn't have any of the hardships that I had had. I'm like, listen, we're going to give this a shot. And it has been incredible, truly incredible for me. For many reasons. For one, I don't look at money the way that I used to. That fear is horrible. I pray for anyone out there living in that fear, just, it's amazing that the way that this community changed my mindset with some education, with the relationships that I have now. The whole Renata's wealth cycle is brilliant. It is a brilliant thing. I plugged right in. I have made amazing friendships. My first year, we were able to do 5 transactions. My favorite is creative acquisitions. When I heard, again, remember that girl that out of the box, don't give me any rules. When I saw the creative acquisitions class and I saw that, what, subject to, I'm like, I am in. So that has been most of my deals have been subject to. But the other side of it is I'm a relator, which most of you that know me know. And so I love helping people and the pre-foreclosure and the distressed homeowner. So now I get a lot of referrals from people that are struggling. But let's see, 5 deals in the first year. I've done a few short sales, maybe 3, mostly subject to. I've done a tax lien. I love the knowledge. I'm now into our multifamily classes. That is my plan. I'm in 2 study groups. I've really honed in on our education even more so because it's updated. Many of the classes and instructors there have been new classes added in 5 years. And I am honing in laser focused because I'm going to help as many people as I can next year and myself. So, and the other side of what I'm doing right now is, I'm at that point, I'm like, with Scott and Michael, I'm ahead of you, let's just say. So I'm looking at retirement now. And like I have so many amazing people around me. Bill Omi.
I was like, nobody's ahead of Michael. What are you talking about? I know. I get what you're saying now.
Yes.
Whippersnapper. He's just a whippersnapper, right?
He's a whippersnapper. Yes. A very bright, amazing one, but yes. So I'm going to build a portfolio this year. Like I've done all the transactional stuff. I've had a great time. I've run a community. I've made great friends, but now I'm getting serious. And the first thing I'm going to do is get a multifamily unit. So I've done through all the classes. I'm ready. And then I'm just going to start building that portfolio. I'm lucky to be here in Atlanta with Bill Omi, who's like, Debbie, all right, it's time to get serious. I know how old you are. So it's amazing. But one of the things I say too, is this was scary when this pandemic hit. It was scary. Like, what are we doing? We were used to being in a building, and I can't imagine going through something like this without you, Michael, and you, Scott, and all of our instructors, and Coach Gavin, Mark Kohler. What a blessing that is. If I was just out there freaking out from paycheck to paycheck without this community, I would be frightened to know what I would be doing. In fact, I'm tearing up thinking about it.
There it is. There it is. 102nd time I've seen you crying. It's awesome. All right. You know what? You're right. I think that's a good point. Like Michael didn't freak out. He's out there in the woods, just had a baby. He could hang out with the son through COVID. Nobody touches the kid. They're COVID, right? It's awesome. Got no germs. But even myself, I'm sitting in a building here that's, full every single week, and all of a sudden it can't be full, right? And our ability as a community to adapt, overcome, and improvise is amazing, right? Just because of the wisdom of the crowd. So yeah, I'm with you. You just reminded me of that.
Yeah.
Good.
So very cool.
So let's talk about your first year, because there's some people on the line here that are like, all right, what give me a first year? I've heard it a lot because you and I hung out for 6 months in Atlanta, opening up a building. And so tell me about your first year. You saw this stuff, and then what were you able to do? That was a pretty good year.
It was a good year. We jump into this, still not certain what's going on, and really started plugging into a little bit of the education. But what got me my very first real estate deal and really catapulted me into the whole program was a social media post, because you remember I told you I found this on social media. Mm-hmm. And I had no choice. That first deal, we thought it was going to be just subject to, we got it under contract. Literally it was the 1st of December that Michael was in an airport showing me where to find these documents on the phone. and it was under contract before Christmas. It resulted in different stages. And so it ended up being a short sale. So that took time. That was like probably May or March of the next year, 2016. And then we sold it. And there was a $57,000 profit there.
You didn't fix it. You didn't touch it with a hammer.
I didn't, because we partnered with a contractor.
But my point is, your game in that deal wasn't you flipping it or rehabbing it, right? So you didn't have to you didn't have to get a contractor and all that stuff. You put it on, you worked a short sale, right? You got it short of the owed note, and then you wholesaled it away.
No,
you didn't.
I didn't wholesale it. So what happened was we were trying to, nobody wanted it.
Okay.
This is the power of our education. Thank you for reminding me of this, because this was my first deal. It's near and dear to my heart. So nobody wanted it because they said there's no money there. Run. All of the quote investors out there said you need to get out of there. And I'm thinking, I don't know what I'm doing, but I just kept pushing forward. And so we did subject to, then we tried just to wholesale it because this deal was in Tennessee.
How'd you exit?
And so we ended up jumping into our short sale class, which is spot on, by the way. And we did a short sale. We created the value when everybody else said there was no chance of it. Then we partnered with a contractor there who could bring the money. Now that doesn't always happen. It happened in that deal. It was a blessing, and we split the profit.
Got it. Okay. So it was a flip.
Yeah.
Okay. Got it.
Wow.
You just didn't. When I said you didn't touch a hammer,
I didn't.
You don't touch any hammers unless they're pink, and your pink hammers are probably stored or something.
Yeah, I do have a pink hammer.
I know you do. I know. All right. Well, that's good. You know what? Listen, and you've done a lot of good work with some folks down in Atlanta, helping a lot of people. You've been a fantastic ripple for a lot of folks. They have started their real estate investing careers because they've met you. So I appreciate you.
Thank you, Scott. I appreciate
Very
you
inspiring.
too. Very, very grateful to be here and looking forward to my new portfolio I'm about to build.
Yeah. Well, we're going to have you on in a future episode so you can tell us all about it.
Good.
Are you going to do that? Are you going to do this to Jim on that new portfolio, or is he going to be partnered up on you? This is all mine.
No, this is all mine.
I hear you.
My baby.
All right. And if you guys want to watch a recording, Bill Omey, we've already interviewed Bill Omey. He's pretty good. He works down there in Atlanta with Deb. All right. Well, Michael, you want to tell them what to do after this? Like, hey, I want to be like Debbie.
Yeah, we all want to be like Debbie. All right. So folks, if you're ready to take a look and really face your fears like Debbie was talking about and eliminating that fear, because now you can have some clarity in your life, then it's time for you to get on to one of our intros. We have recorded ones. We have a live one coming up tonight as well. And then we have some house tours. I went and added it up between Scott, Zach, and me and our team here. We do almost 200 house tours a year.
Yeah.
So there's so much for you to take advantage of, to see real deals happening in front of your face. All that doubt can go away, and you can really start to embrace this lifestyle and get your freedom back. Get that fear to go away. And so get back with the person that invited you here. They got the links for you. These are by invitation only. So you do need to be registered for them. They're not open to the public. And then we'll go through the details, who we are, what we do, how you can link arms with us so you can get the benefits that we're currently getting. And check out the playlist.
There's a couple. You get back to the place. There's a huge playlist here. Get in touch with the person who invited you, because we have a bunch of these students, right? And then tell the person who invited you what your background is, because there's somebody in our playlist that has the same or similar background as you, so you can actually connect with that person, right?
Oh yeah.
So very important. And then when you're ready to see some stuff about, get informed. If you're the type of person like me, like I'm like, dude, I don't want no dog and pony show. I want some recording, something I can just watch right now. Right. We have that available. But if you're like Debbie, she loves being around people, or she's like, I want to go to a meeting. Like my wife, like, nope, I'm going to go meet some people. I'm going to connect with them. I'm like, I don't need that. I need a recording. So there's choices for you to get the information that you need to find out more about us.
We love choices.
Choices be good. And then eventually you'll get a chance to, connect with Michael at an airport and get some contract work done. And there you go.
Yeah.
Beginning of story.
I didn't even know Debbie. She just was like, hey, I know you know someone that I know. And I was like, great. Well, welcome to the team. How can I help? And that's what this culture is all about. So, embrace it, be a part of it. We're looking forward to all you new folks joining up with us because there's plenty of room.
You deserve it.
Let's get to work. You deserve it. All right. Congratulations, Debbie. Thank you so much for being here. We're super proud of you for all the work that you've done to help our community.
Team, thanks for joining us. We got a bunch of people on you probably can't see in the recording, but thanks for helping us out, guys.
Yeah.
Thank you. I appreciate you
You're
guys.
making a difference. Okay, everyone. Have a wonderful
I'm
day.
gonna
We'll
shut up
catch you on
now,
the
you.
next episode.
See you guys later.